what we're going to do is a week of New Zealand logbook laws in American Truck Simulator. So we're starting on Monday 1:30. We've got a load of timber into Texas. So the basics of the laws is every 5.5 hours you have to stop for a half-hour break. After 13 hours of working, you've got to have a 10-hour break to reset that counter. You end up having 2 half-hour breaks in 13 hours, and then a 10-hour break. That all adds up to 24 hours, so you get a whole cycle, a whole 24-hour cycle on your book. So just going to go around the corner and grab this load. Right, so we're here to grab the load, and there isn't a distinction between driving hours and loading hours. The only distinction is work hours and rest hours. So even though we're not driving, we are loading. That still counts towards our 13-hour countdown. Key off. Load up. So we start at 1:30. That gives us until 7, until we need to have our first break. So we've got another 4 hours. So what I'll do, we're going all the way to Texas. It'll be a few days worth, probably 2 days worth of travelling. So if we come here, it takes us 4 hours to get to that little rest stop. We won't need fuel when we get there. That's on the wrong side of the road, so we will go here for half an hour. Let's get to driving. Right, so we're running a little bit behind, so instead of parking at that gas station on the other side of this town, we will go into this, whether we get pulled in or not, or we don't need to go in, but we're going to go in, because it's just turning 7 now, and we need somewhere to stop for a half-hour break. That truck parks just over there. Park on this side. Yeah, so even though we're a little bit behind, well, that's okay. Nothing makes a truck driver more dangerous than a deadline, so what we'll do, we stopped at 7:04 and we'll start back up again at 7:34. It is nearly time to leave. Where are we going next for a break? We shall park in Amarillo. That'll do. Even if we're a bit early, you can always park earlier. Like I did, you really can't park in later. But that's alright. Let's just go. Get it. Right, so we're approaching our next stop for a half hour. Just about 1:45. And here we'll look for a good place to park up for our 10-hour break. Somewhere, we don't need fuel, we've got over half a tank. Right. Yeah, 2 minutes until we head to. That's pretty good. So 1:30 we'll start again, just like we started in the morning, but it's 12 hours later because we've had 2 half hours and 11 hours of work time. So at 1:30 we'll start again, but at that point we'll only have 2 hours to get down the road, so we need to find somewhere we can park. This one ought to work. Yeah, 1 hour and 41 minutes away. And then from there, still got a long while, but we should be able to make the rest of that trip. The trip time we've got left is 13 hours and 26 minutes. So if we take the next 2-ish hours off, we've got 11 hours of work to do to get us there, which will leave us 2 hours. So we really need to park exactly 5.5 hours after this, so that we can get the next 5.5 hours done to get to Brownsville. Even if we have to have our second stop there, that's fine, and then we can unload, hopefully reload. We probably won't have enough time to do that, but we'll make it work. Now we wait for a half hour to finish. Half an hour is just about done. What I'm hoping we can do, get a load back to Denver, because that's where HQ is, and if we can't get straight back, we can just sort of get jobs plodding along until we get close enough back to end the week. Just a couple hours up the road, 3 o'clock's when we've got to stop, and then we can continue on in the early mornings of tomorrow. Right, that's kind of good. We're being pulled into the place we want to have a 10-hour break at anyway, so as long as we can actually turn around to get to park, which, yeah, perfect. Boom. Turn her off. 10-hour break, here we come. 2 in the morning, that'll work. That's our new start time for today. But before we set off, junction too far away. Yeah, it's a little bit too far. Well, there's nothing easy enough behind it, so might just have to race down there. Yeah, well that'll be good. We should be able to make that and unload, maybe. We'll probably get there and have to have a break and then unload after a second. We're getting quite close to our first half-hour break. Let's just check. No, we're far too far away from junction. So, we're gonna have to just park up on the side of the road. Right. 6:57. That's how long it is. So 7:27 we will resume. That's our next half hour. I really don't think we're getting all that way today. So if we pull off and go there, that's 4.5 hours. That should give us, yeah, we'll probably have to be there tomorrow to unload. That'll work. Let's go. Boom, perfect timing. Alright, seeing as we're getting pulled in here, there's not a whole lot of point in getting started again, just to stop further down the road for the next half hour. So what I'll do is I'll just go through the weighbridge and then I will have my half hour before leaving. Then we can just go until we have to park up for the day. Right, 12:07. 12:07, so at 12:37 we'll start up again. We've got until 4, it's currently 12:30, so we've got another, yeah, we might be able to get there. If not, the last stop is a while away, so we'll have to park up and wait for them to open, and then we can unload tomorrow morning. Right, we have 17 minutes left in our day. That's not going to be nearly enough to unload. Typically, as it happens, we can start at 1, but it's unlikely anywhere is going to be open at 1. So we're going to have our 10 hour, and then an extra few hours just so that they can get to work and get ready to unload us in the morning. Right. Boom, bang, bomb. Okay, so we're about to get up and unload, so let's look for a load back to Denver, hopefully. Oklahoma's on the way. Guyman, Oklahoma, and then it's just up there. That should be easy enough to do. We don't have much time to grab that one. Florida, Texas. Okay, what if we look at Corpus Christi? Mobile air compressors, that's quite a big job, but Wednesday today. Where did we end up the other day? Somewhere around here, so Wednesday, Thursday. Right, we'll do this one. 8.5 hours, so yeah, we can make that work. Close enough to 5:30. Let's just get going, get rid of this. Alright, we are backing into there. Pretty easy sort of unload, just chuck it in there and we'll be out of the way. That's pretty good. Park brake, turn everything off, unload. So we started at 5:30. We can go until 11. We've got 7 hours to collect that. That's only up the road. Can we get something from here to Taylor, Corpus Christi? This is from Taylor to to Nemec for 10 grand. That's pretty good. So if we go get that, and then we can pick up our other load. We've got till 11 before we need to have our first break. We're starting out of gear a bit too long. We can get straighter than that, so long as we've got enough time to get that next load up to, I can't remember where it was, Montana I think. Key off, load her up. Just over an hour to load. Let's see, we've got 2 hours to get to Corpus Christi. Can we make that work? It's 3.5. Maybe we'll have to come in here. That'll do. Let's just get going. Let's just get going. As per usual, the time's just shot past where we need to be, so 10 past 11, we'll continue on at 20 to 12. Right, we are done with this half hour just about basically, so we should be able to get there, then get around the corner. We should get there, unload. Even if that takes 2 hours, that's 3 hours down. Might be close to get that job. Havre, Montana. 2 hours. Oh, I don't think we're going to be able to get that one. But at least we're making headway getting back up. Let's just finish this job and see where it gets us. I'm pretty sure we've got an hour before that other job runs out of time. So I don't think they're going to unload within an hour. That load up to Montana is out of our grasp. Check to see if that job's still available, but I think it'll be a case of going somewhere else, and hopefully there's a gas station on the way. Will you take it? Yep, I think you will. Perfect. Job done. Colville, Washington takes us right through Denver. Yeah, nothing to Denver, just straight up. So if we go for this one, still just Wednesday. End of Wednesday will probably be around here, maybe. Wednesday, Thursday, then we can call it quits on Friday, 24 hour there, and continue on next week. Yeah, I think we'll do that. That's two hours till it expires, so let's get on our way to that. Hopefully find some fuel. Probably pick it up before we need fuel, really. Now, when we take this, it'll probably take us over our half hour. With loading, we're probably going to sit there for at least half an hour doing nothing, waiting for them to throw the disc harrows on. Then we will get out and strap it all down. So we'll have our half hour, you just won't see it. Boom. And neutral, gear off, parking brake on. And we've had our half hour break. What's the time? Yeah, so we've got until 7:30 today. That's a disc harrow. We've got one. How much are we getting paid for this? Oh, wow, okay. Perfect. Why don't we just get fuel? Start early. We'll get fuel, park her up. Start again tomorrow. Fuel first and then 10-hour break. So we can get straight on the road once we wake up. There's a few trucks here. Engine, park brake, let's fuel her up. I think we'll call that 6:45. Start again in the morning at 4:45. Where do you reckon 5.5 hours is from here? I think it'll be there. There's nothing else in between. So be there around 9 AM. Let's just do this. What is 13 hours away? Are you 13 hours or 14? So that's too far. No, still a bit too far. So again, we'll probably stop in Dalhart. So in Amarillo, we need to look at the clock and see, are we going to make it? And if not, we need to really pop in there. Dalhart is my first option for the 10-hour break. This is my first option for the half hour. The next half hour would be 11 hours, so stop in there. No, it's a bit early. In there, I reckon that'll work fine. Then after that, it's like, yeah, we'll easily get there by the end of the Friday. We shall wait for that to say 4:45. It's 4:45. Let's get down the road a bit. Oh, come on, Not a bad place for a half hour. Well, so 9:30. That's when we need to be back on the road. There we go. But sorry, before we head, that's going to be too far to get to. I imagine we can get in from there. That'll be fine. Well, there's no hold-ups on the way. Just have to get up there within the next minute. Alright, 3:15. 4:45 is our next start time. 6:45, we have to stop and have our 10-hour break. Are we going to make it there? 6, that's far too late. We need 3 hours before our next checkpoint. The next place to stop is way back here. 2 hours, that'll do. Not looking great for getting back to Denver, but we shall see. We shall see. Clear left, let's go. Truck parks down the back. spin around. We'll chuck it right next to that Volvo. Oh, what's this other guy up to? Oh no. Cut us off otherwise. Pretty much a 13-hour day just there. Where's the line? Just can't see it in my mirror. 6:45 for a 10-hour. Bang it in. Where's the next break? Let's just see. How far away is Denver? Oh yeah, so I'll easily make that. It'll be an early Friday finish. So where can we go for our first half hour? Here? Too far. Next viable place is ages away. Down into here. That's probably better. Through Amarillo, Dalhart, Raton. This is a straight line up to Denver. We should make that work pretty easily. That's the other thing. How many hours are left? So in total we have another 30 hours of driving, which is basically another 2 days, but we're going to get half of that done. So it'll be 2.5 days, which will be, call it 19 hours of driving, plus a 24. 19 and 24 is 43, and then another 10 is 53. We need another 53 hours for this to work. In reality we have 65. That'll be perfect, I think. Let's continue. Turn right over here and then left. I think that's the way to go. Christ. Every time. .10:03. We shall start again. Denver. 3 hours and then we're done for Friday. So we should be done well early into the afternoon. And here we can work on our 24-hour break. So after a 24-hour break, that'll reset the hours. Then all I need to do is drive on the rest of the way to Colville. I was in Washington. That'll be easy enough.